Hi everyone. Well, we're still in lockdown, but not quite as bad as what it was, so we're able to get out a bit more now. And I don't know about you other fishermen, but I'm absolutely itching to be going fishing. What I've decided to do is I'm going to wait until the close season finishes, and then I'm going to be going up the river on that week. Right, so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm off work, so I'm going to cycle up to the river and have a little look round on a spot where I haven't actually been before. Well, I've been on one side of the bank but not the other. That's at Betley Bridge, on the opposite side of the bank going up. You'll see when I get there anyway. The reason why I haven't been there or fished over that side is because I've got to get my bike over a gate that is quite high, and I'm not sure if I can do it, but I really want to have a go up there, have a look up there, because I'm sort of not too certain about where I'm going to be fishing when I do go. I thought I'd made up my mind, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I've got a few different places I'm thinking of in my head. But I haven't really come to any real decision yet. So I'm going to go up there today. I'm going up there now, and I'm going to do a little bit of filming up there, just film it and see what it looks like up there, and just show it to you, see what you think. Anyway, hope you're all keeping well. Enjoy this beautiful weather, and I can't wait to get fishing again. I'll just let you know what I have been doing if anyone's interested. I've been buying a lot of fishing gear. Bought a new rod. Bought several bits of fishing gear, got all my stuff sorted out, all ready to go, all in the rod bag. Got a new rod bag as well, funny enough. Hopefully I'll be able to get it on my bike. Yeah, I've been doing all that, cleaning all my gear up, and studying the maps and of the river and that, and really taking it all in, trying to see what I'm going to be doing. I really want to go for tench. That's what I want to go for. That's what I'm aiming to go for on my first session, is tench fishing, because I would normally have gone at West Elm Farm Pond, a little pond owned by the club. I probably would have even gone today, funny enough, but on that pond there's only 7 pegs up there, and I think only 4 people are allowed to fish it during the lockdown. And I was sort of thinking, if I cycle all the way up there and find I can't get a spot there to fish, then I'm going to be wasting my time. So I thought I'll leave it. I'll wait until the close season finishes, and I'll fish the rivers, which is I can't wait to go. I don't expect any of you can. Right, anyway, so I'll stop waffling on, and I'll see you up there when I get there. Bye for now. Well, here we are at Betley Bridge. Something nice jumped out just now, just before I switched the camera on down there. And the gate I want to go through is just down there, and I want to go over that side if I can. Haven't been over that side, and just have a look at the river, the section where the club can fish, which is just up there, I think, to a double fence according to my map. Of course, when I fish up here, I normally fish just down there. I also want to have a look on this side of the bank, a bit further up to the gate, and see, because what I'm doing, I'm trying to see if I can find somewhere to fish once the close season finishes. I want to give myself quite a few options. So look at those lily pads down there. I bet there's some fish underneath them. Right, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to have a look on this side of the bank and walk up to the gate and see what we can see up there as far as swims are concerned, and I'll get back to you as soon as we find somewhere that I think looks really fishable. Well, this is where I normally fish at Betley Bridge, so let's have a look and see what it looks like down here now. Cool. Look at that, flipping brilliant. I'll tell you what, it looks so good up here that I might even fish here again, but we'll have to wait and see. The only thing about this particular piece of river is the dog walkers, dogs. You do get plagued by a few dogs jumping in, and to be fair, some of them can't see you when they come from the cycle path that way. They can't see down here. But of course, when they come from that direction over the bridge, they've only got to look down and they can see that you're fishing. That is the only drawback with fishing here. It's a shame because it is a really good spot. This is where I had my 4-pound tench and the couple of nice chub that I had from this particular stretch. Right, so I want to walk up as far as the gate. That's as far as we can fish on this side of the bank. So let's see. As I say, the old lily pads are now starting to grow back. It's a nice little spot down there you can fish, but again, you're still going to be plagued by the dogs. It's not until you get along here that you're more or less safe from them. I really have been champing at the bit to get back fishing again. I can't wait. I really can't. I've got this funny feeling, all this lovely weather we've had, will it last? That's the thing. Will it last? Once the close season finishes and we can fish the rivers again. Now, I did fish up here once. I think it was back in, or a couple of years ago now, back in October, November time, and I had a couple of small roach that day. That was all I had. But I have been looking at different rigs to set up. I'm not normally a fan of all that sort of thing. I normally just like to fish basic, easy, you know what I mean? But I thought I will try. I mean, these other fishermen, they catch lots of nice fish on the river using these rigs, so I'm going to give it a go myself. It's really interesting. It may or may not work for me. I mean, different venues fish differently, don't they? Certainly is beautiful, and as I said earlier, I want to try and target some tench. That's what I really want to go for. There's the old water pump up there, look. Now you can see if we can fish anywhere down here, because the old vegetation's starting to grow back now. Of course, that's 1.5 strong. I've had to slap a load of sun cream on my head this morning before I came out. Very narrow just here. The old water pump, look. I think what I'm going to do in a minute is that's as far as you can fish on this side of the bank according to my map to this red gate here. So I'm going to park my bike and my bag there and just see. I mean, look at those lily pads over there, look. The old tench, they love lily pads. They love sitting under those lily pads, the old tench. Let's see what we got. I'm going to give myself quite a few options. I know where I do want to fish. I know where I want to fish, but I'm a little bit worried that if I get there, if I go there on the day I'm going to go, I might not be able to get the swim I want, the peg I want. Because once the river season starts, you know, I expect a lot of people, and quite rightly, a lot of fishermen will want to be up there on the bank fishing. This is quite high up here. See how it winds round there, look at those trees, look at overhanging trees in the water. And you've got stingers down here, so it's I'm definitely more interested if I can get over that gate and on the other side of the bank in a minute. Just have a look down here, because I tell you, this looks a decent little spot. Yeah, I quite like this. Yeah, I do like this. Those lily pads over there. There's just a little flow to it. Not much, but just a nice little flow from left to right. This is definitely a choice that I might make. Another thing I couldn't decide to do, I've set all my rods up. I set 3 rods up, all 3 different ways, different rigs, and I've set one up on a helicopter rig. I've set one up on a running rig recommended to me by Nick of Avon Angling. I've set that up, and I've set a float rod up as well, which I'm going to be trying the lift method for tench, which I've never used before, but I've seen a lot of videos and it can be lethal if you set it up right. And that's what I think I might try that to begin with. My idea is for tench fishing, until you've had a prolonged spell of really warm weather, which we're in the middle of now, I would normally go fish on the bottom with a feeder and change to the float a bit later in the tench season. But I'm not sure. I think I might do it the other way around this time. If I fish a place like this, I certainly might try the float first. Anyway, I'm going to switch off and then I will get back to you when or if I get over the other side. Well, got over the gate quite easy. So now I'm going to make my way up here. It's the first time I've been over this side, on this side of the bank. God, what a beautiful day. It is, an absolute scorcher. So still another month before we can start fishing on the rivers, or just under a month now. So this vegetation can thicken up a fair bit in those 3 or 4 weeks, but I can't wait to get started, can't wait to get going again. All this time of not being able to go fishing, flipping hell. I'm sure a lot of people have been the same. A lot of fishermen have been the same. I say I bought loads of bits of tackle, loads. I can't wait to try out these different rigs. Normally I just fish, as I said to you earlier, I just fish quite, you know, straightforward really. Either a link ledger or something simple, but I've got my rigs tied up ready to go. I know the helicopter rig can be quite good for tench fishing on the rivers, so I've got that one set up, and this running rig, a lot different to how I normally fish, so we'll see what it's like. But I'd only fish like that if the situation warrants it. As I say, I mean if the weather's like this, I think float fishing is the way to start off. So I will be trying to target tench. I've got some pellets that I've never used before, sweet corn flavoured pellets. I think we can get down there. It's dodgy. I'm quite excited about this. Always am when it's somewhere you haven't been before. I just might find somewhere where I'm going to say for absolute definite now that I'm going to fish it. Now let's have a look down here, because just now I was on the other side of the bank by that water pump, and I was thinking about fishing down there to these lily pads. Now I'm on the opposite side now, so let's have a look and see what it looks like. This is a bit, I don't know, definitely better, easier fishing from that side. According to my map, we can fish up to the double fence. So once we get to a double fence on this side, that's as far as we can go. Yes, I definitely think so far on the other side of the bank is more accessible. Let's soldier on. I must admit I got my bike over that gate without any problem this time, really. Although you've got to remember, when I come up here again I'll have my rods tied on my bike and that, and all my fishing gear, so they will have to come off before I lift my bike over the gate. If I decide to fish up in there, what we got here? There's a nice little bend here. There's a nice little bend here. Let's I'll park my bike down and have a look. a good spot. Some lily pads down there to my right. Yeah, you could definitely set up here. Right, looks good, doesn't it? I think it does. Right, let's get my bike and let's move on. What have we got down here? Just the other side of this, these overhanging trees. I think we'll have a look down there. I bet there's some fish underneath there, I bet. Let's have another look. See the lily pads under the surface there. There's a tiny roach down there. Yeah. Some streamer weed just under the surface down there, but nothing, I don't think it's anything too bad. Definitely set the mic right. What we got down here, definitely fishable, very narrow. Those clump of reeds there, look, in the water. So I take it we can fish all along here until we get to a double gate. It's access, isn't it? It's my old argument really of trying to get comfortable down. Although, to be honest, as a lot of fishermen will say, it's not always the comfortable swims that are the best ones. I know sometimes you've got to fight your way through the stingers and long grass and that to get down to a good spot. Certainly a lot of cover along here, I must admit. What have we got here? Right, I'm going to plonk my bike down and have a look down here. I'll tell you what would be good along here, a roving session, which I haven't done yet, which I know I should do. There's been a lot of times when I've fished this river now where I know I should have moved, I know that, but it's just the fact I have quite a bit of gear with me, and it's a bit awkward trying to carry it all, but one day I'll come up here with the minimum amount of stuff and definitely do a roving session. I wonder if we can get down here. Oh, this looks alright as well. So I like the look of this. Look at this. Bloody hell, look at the covering that you've got down here. Not only that, but those southwesterly winds, which we get quite a bit, you're a bit more sheltered over here. Small fry down there. Cool. Look at that over there, look. Those overhanging bushes. Right. Your way back up again. Oh. I love doing all this, really do. Magic. So I could have fished a day ticket fishery, I suppose, but even them you've got to book. Most of them you've got to book a session. I don't really want to do all that. I decided a little while ago that I'll wait. We've waited this long, so a few more weeks won't harm. As I say, it's gave a lot of us time to sort all their gear out, clean it up, buy a few bits and pieces. I've watched a lot of fishing videos on YouTube, a lot, all to do with river fishing. Now I wonder if that's the double fin. What I'll do, I'll get my map out in a minute, my trusty old map, and see. I'm sure it says a double gate, double fence. And what we got down here. Looks tenchy, doesn't it? It does look tenchy. The only thing is there's quite a few lily pads underneath the surface and that. I don't know what it's like for snags and that, for getting hooked up and that. So I can imagine tench and carp on this stretch without any doubt. What we'll do, we'll get to that fence and we'll get my map out and we'll see. I've got a feeling that's probably as far as we can go. What's this like down here? Well, it looks pretty good all the way along here. Another good spot. Again, you've got the lily pads over there. I'm going to get my map out, I think, and have a look and see. What's it say on here? It said double fence on my map. Private fishing. Another good spot. I would imagine. Let's have a look. I'm going to switch off for a minute and then I'll get back to you. Right, I've got my map out. I'm a little bit confused here. I'll show you where we are. There's Betley Bridge. We are on this side of the bank here, where my finger is, and where the dotted line is where we can fish. So as you can see, on the other side of the bank you can fish up to the first gate, which is where I stopped a little while ago. Now on this side of the bank you can fish further up past that gate to the double fence. Now this is the first fence I've come to, but I wouldn't say it, would you say it was a double fence? I mean, I wouldn't. And on there it says private fishing, so I wouldn't go through there. So I take it this must be the boundary, because looking at the map it's not a great deal further up. It's not a, you know, there it is there, double fence, no access here and no access on that side until you get up to the Bullin or the Mock Bridge, and then you can fish on either side of the bank up there. So I think that's it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have another look on the way back. In fact, I might have a bite to eat. It's nice and peaceful here. I'm going to have a bite to eat, then make my way back. I'm not sure whether I'm going to have a look in at the lock yet. I might do, we'll see. So I'll catch up with you very soon. I'm on my way back now, back to the bridge again. And I thought I'd have one more look at this spot down here. The thing is, the more you look at these places, the more the more confusing it gets as to make up my mind where I'm going to go. It's not a bad spot here at all. Just have a look round here. There's the water pump over the other side, look.
they're only just round the bend from there. Somebody did tell me that it's pretty good for bream up here, but he told me it was near the gate. I don't know what gate he meant, but anyway, I'll switch off, and then what I'll do, I'll show you what it looks like from this side of the bank at Betley Bridge, where I normally fish. Well, back at Betley Bridge now. I've just been having a conversation with somebody over the other side of the bank who was trying to get rid of some rubbish and that lot, and he had just seen some carp. Very interesting, just along here. I didn't see him, I couldn't see him, but he had these special glasses on, and he could see a couple of carp just under the surface. And also he said more carp down further. So that's interesting. But that's where I normally fish, over there. Just over there underneath that tree. I say, but today for the first time I actually got over this side of the bank to investigate. So normally I'd be fishing. See, it's the thing, you can't really get down. It's awkward getting down there. It's still a lot easier to fish from that side of the bank. But it's interesting, he was telling me that you can fish further than where I went to, that gate, and yet on my map it definitely shows you the first gate that you come to. But it's not a double gate, so I might have to inquire a bit more about that. And also on the other side of the bank he says you can fish further than that red gate. So either the map's not showing it clearly enough, or I'm thick. Probably the latter, I would have thought. But definitely shows that on the map, the first gate that you come to. Let's have another look. Right, here's Betley Bridge, and we are standing here where my finger is. That's it there. If you look at it that way, that's the Downs link, look. So we are here, and according to this, that's the first fence you come to. There's no other fences there, and it's a double fence. And on the other side, here, which is the first fence you come to, the first gate you come to. Definitely does show it like that, definitely. So anyway, that's how I'm going to take it, that is right. But very interesting, carp on this stretch. Fascinating. Right, anyway, I'm going to switch off now. What I'm going to do, I've decided I'm going to have a little trip down to the lock and just have a quick look round before I come home. So once I get there, I'll see you then. Bye for now. Right, here we are on the bridge, Lock Bridge, and that's where I want to have a look again, up this way. Again, we've got a lot of features here. Lily pads, look, lots of lily pads. You can't fish that side of the bank, you can only fish on this side of the bank, on the left. But over this side you can fish either side of the bank. So what I've got to do is get my bike over the gate and just take a walk up just as far as that telegraph pole up there, up to the clump of trees, and then have a look and see what's what. So once I get over there, I'll be back. Right, we're over the gate. Now let's see what we've got here. It's a lovely spot this is. This looks nice. Oh, it's just, for me it's just screaming Tench. There's certainly a lot more features that you can fish to up this part of the river. I mean, when you get back down the Streatham Bridge, it's quite plain, very sort of plain looking, you know, with no real features there apart from the odd bend. No real sign of any fish topping. Oh, it's just a small one down there. That was interesting what that guy was telling me, that he saw carp down there. As I say, I haven't got any special Polaroids with me, so I probably wouldn't have picked him out, but he certainly did. So that was very interesting. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave my bike down here. There's no need to take it with me, it's fine. We'll see what we've got. Now, I've done a video before of coming up. I've only been up here once though, on this side. It's a lot more overgrown now to what it was when I come up here before. So look at all this, look, you can't get down there. See, when I come up here before, I can't remember what time of the year it was now, it must have been autumn, winter, or maybe even spring, early spring, I don't know. But it certainly wasn't like this. Oh, this looks good. Oh, did you hear that? Just down there. Just down there. Probably a carp. Spooked it. Just down there it was. Again, looking at this spot, a lot of lily pads. I think if I was fishing this, I think I would be tending to float fish it rather than anything else. In fact, a lot of the swims I've seen today scream out for the float, for me, more than a feeder. Again, you can get down there and fish. We've got round here. I remember when I come round here before, it looked very interesting. And I remember this bit. Look at that, look. Probably full of snags, I would have thought, but I bet there's some fish in there, I bet. Another spot here, look at this. Again, probably snaggy, but definitely worth a try down here. Cool. Flick a bit of bread flake out. In fact, I tell you what, it's screaming chub, innit? Absolutely screaming chub. But whether there are any here, I don't know. Got to give it a go one of these days. Another, you know. Again, you know, it's a good part of the river for roving around. I'm not going to go any further. I think what I might do now I'm up here, I might go the other side of the bridge and take a look up there. Absolutely fascinating. I wish I could see what was under the surface in regards to fish. That's the thing about river fishing and up here, you know. This is what's drawn one of the many reasons why I'm fishing this river, is because you don't. Was that something down there? You really don't know what you're going to catch on the day. It's unlike a day ticket fishery. You know what's in there. You more or less know what you're probably going to catch, or what the chances are of catching anyway. There's no real mystery to it, but these rivers, you know, you really don't know. You really don't know. Could really spring a surprise out. Well, as I say, I've got about 3 or 4 weeks to make up my mind where I'm going to go, and I must admit, up to now, I still can't decide. But we shall see. I'll look down here a minute. That's a bit boggy down there. There we go again. It's still there. Down there. Don't know if the camera's picked it out. I didn't see it. There's definitely fish down there. Probably a carp or possibly a tench, don't know. These are the sort of days to come up here, really, when you know there's no one. You know, it's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet. The fish haven't been disturbed until you walk up past them, and then you see them then, if you're lucky. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk just back up to the gate, lift my bike over the gate and just go a little way up on the other side before I end it. I should be chewing it over where I'm going to be going. I was hoping today I could see somewhere where I definitely would make up my mind, but The more places I look at, the more confusing it gets. So right, when I get over the other side, I'll let you know. See you soon. Right, we're over the other side of the bridge now. I've walked about 5 or 10 minutes up from the bridge, and I'm looking for a spot just round the bend here, just past these overhanging trees. Because this is a section where I'm definitely thinking of going. I can't say what day yet or anything, but let's put my bike and that down here and let's have a look what we've got. I want to see if it's, I mean, you've got a lovely clear bit. Now here I probably use a feeder here rather than a float. Well, let's have a look. Christ, I don't know if I can fish it. It's so overgrown now. Have a look. Here we are. Gonna have to a bit back. Yeah, for me this looks good. Definitely looks good. The overhanging bushes look. This is definitely a spot that I'm thinking of going to. Well, I definitely will fish it, but whether it'll be my first session, I don't know. I've got to chew all these thoughts back in my mind when I get home and think, you know, as I said, you know, another 3 or 4 weeks, this is all probably going to be overgrown down here. It's a lovely spot though. So peaceful as well. It's what I really like about it up here. You know, so even if you if you came up here on the day, you say you wanted to fish here, and there's somebody fishing here, there's always lots of other places to go to try. It's not the end of the world. Right, okay, right, I think I'm gonna make my way back now. Have a quick look up here. That looks a good peg over there as well, over the far side there. In fact, there's several pegs over the other side, more than there is over this side. But I just like it on this bend here, I just like it with the overhanging trees. And it's a lovely clear spot as well. You haven't got no lily pads there either, which That's why I'm thinking of using the feeder down there if I fish it rather than float fishing. Right, anyway, that is definitely my lot now. Hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I ain't waffled on too much. I know I do sometimes. So I'll see you again when I go fishing, which will definitely be when the close season is over with, which won't be long now. So I hope you're all keeping well and enjoy your own angling. Definitely enjoy your own angling. I hope you catch loads of fish, and I'll see you when I'm on the river very soon. Bye for now.